Here's a little bit of an interesting paragraph written by Swami Vivekananda in a compilation called What Religion Is. And he's talking about forms of acquiring knowledge or acquiring understanding. He says, so instinct, reason, and inspiration are the three instruments of reason. Instinct belongs to the animals, reason to man, and inspiration to God-men. But in all human beings are to be found, in more or less developed condition, the germs of all three of these instruments of knowledge. To have these mental instruments evolved, the germ must be there, and this must also be remembered, that one instrument is a development of another, and therefore does not contradict it. It is reason that develops into inspiration, and therefore inspiration does not contradict reason, but fulfills it. The old man does not contradict the child, but fulfills the child. So what do you do with that? Spiritual life is about awareness. It's about seeing things as they really are, and not to just hear the stories that we've made up through habits of wrong thinking and wrong ideation, which we talk about all the time, because really that is the struggle. The mind has created a world that we live in, and we search through mind, which is not the thing itself. And so it's through awareness that we break that hypnotism, that hypnotic state of delusion. So we've got instinct. Of course, instinct is there. Those are the things that seem to come upon us without reason. The drive for food, the drive for sleep, the drive for sex, those kinds of things. And they belong to all living organisms, actually. And the way to move from that instinctual living into reasoned living is, of course, the work of discernment and renunciation. Discernment is to take an idea and look at it closely from all sides, to try and find the oneness in it, to try and understand its real nature, to look at the real result of its practice, and to decide at that point whether it's a keeper or a loser. And renunciation is merely admitting something is a loser and letting go of it. We often think that renunciation is giving up all of our favorite things. It's quite contrary. Renunciation is giving up the things that keep us bound, that keep us from finding that freedom and that joy, so that from our reasoning, we can move into inspiration. Inspiration is what takes us into the world of knowing things that cannot be known merely by reason. And of course, for those who have not gone into that region, the red lights go on. Oh my gosh, how can we escape reason? But see, there are things beyond mind. Mind is just a tool, and the mind has only 5 instruments to put things into it. And surely the universe is bigger to be measured than by only 5 instruments. And so to move into this realm of inspiration is to master discernment, and to be strong in your holding course through renunciation to move forward into that space. So there you have it, moving from instinct to reason, and from reason to inspiration, and knowing that none of the 3 forms of knowledge contradict each other, that they actually fulfill each other. So work on your discernment. Look at things and see, do they last or not last? Are they temporary or impermanent? The secret clue that Sri Ramakrishna gives to us is that if it changes, it is not real. It is the unchanging alone that is real. So take that clue and see where it leads.